Hey everybody, I think this is going to be the last segment for the day. My ex Rhonda Miles, she's in town. Look, I had a fine African American female. Rhonda Miles like 6 feet, 260. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous, 44 triple D.
Okay, man.
36 weights.
Okay, we know about this woman. Now let's talk about this.
No, it's not my woman. I'm just trying to say that I fight for us. And I was betrayed by the black politicians so bad, and all these black females they put up that torture people.
Well, black politicians.
I gotta tell mine
are not
too.
Black. They are. Let me give you the proper
puppets.
word. Let me give you the proper word of what they represent. They are house nigger mannequins dressed in the window of democracy. Let me say it one more time. Understand this here. This is the best way you can ever put it. They are house nigger mannequins dressed in the window of democracy.
I got the bag.
I don't think nobody can ever say it better than I have ever said it about these so-called black leaders. They are house nigger mannequins dressed in the window of democracy. They're not for the black people. They turncoats, sellouts. They're not helping nobody in the black community. They don't even come back to the black community and even have a town hall meeting. Not even a sit-down meeting with the brothers and say, how y'all been doing? What y'all need? Is everything all right? They don't even come back and even talk to us. We don't even know what's going on. They don't even come back and inform the community of what's going on and what we need to do as a people. They are in their own self-interest. They have been bought and sold since the beginning of time. Now, I would like to continue with the grimy New York City Housing Authority. They're grimy. They're very grimy. Here are checks with the name G. Jones. Me. Right here you're looking at. That's been cashed. In the amount of $1,014.84.
And the renters per month?
$150. And another thing I didn't tell y'all. Human Resources was sending them $212 for the rent.
And
that's $72 extra that housing was receiving. Where's that money at? And that's been going on since 2008. Can somebody please explain this to me? If anybody ever see this video, Dr. DRICE will give you my name, my address, my telephone number. All that's going to be edited. All that's going to be edited and sent out. I have paperwork to prove my case. Sit down and talk to me and look at my paperwork. The housing authority is grimy. They're wrong. They're taking my money and won't add me to the lease. What's going on here? Please, somebody explain this to me. Can I move on to the next subject now? I told you about the money.
Yeah, but they're going to tell you what, you're kind of not too smart because you don't know what the laws are, because if you were, you'd go get the policy, and the policy, you need a master's degree at least to understand it. I got it.
Okay.
This is the average guy in public housing. Come on, you politicians. Come on, Governor Cuomo. You were the HUD secretary, and I'm accusing you of being the guy that unleashed NYCHA when Bill Clinton wanted to eliminate welfare. You wanted to eliminate this too. And guess what? You couldn't go to Congress and say you were about to put these black people out and get a second term, Mr. Bill Clinton. Boy.
Just like, you know what I noticed?
Now I know what is grimy.
I'm gonna tell you
now
something.
I understand being a grimy. I told you.
You know what it is with your politicians?
I'm learning how to be black like him, and guess what? With what I got, we gonna kick your
You know what
ass.
I notice about your politicians? Y'all are so symbolic to prosecutors, because it's all about, when it comes to a prosecutor, it's all about convictions. When it comes to politician, it's all about elections.
And they'll use you, abuse you, take advantage.
Not the well-being of the people. It's about you being re-elected. And then an attorney, a prosecutor, it's about him getting conviction rate. His conviction rate.
Everything I did for Thompson, what if I told you that they've been committing a whole lot of crimes and told me to commit crimes, and I sent everything to Bloomberg because I blasted all the proof of what we were doing? He paid the $619,000 bill, and I quieted the whole thing that was in the New York Post about he got convicted and he was supposed to be 619. He said he was going to appeal. I blasted that shit all over the internet. And now I'm with my commission as a whistleblower, and nobody want to talk to me. Nobody want to recognize.
We're going to put this all on the internet, and I swear, it's gonna ring bells. It's going to light up like a Christmas tree, because what's being done to me is wrong. I have my documentation for everything I'm speaking on. Everything I'm speaking on, I have my documentation to show proof. And the statute of limitation for my arrest has been over since 2008. I'm supposed to have been on this lease.
Well, it's good.
Can I explain something to you? Here's the people I contacted. The so-called elected officials. I'm going to give you the names of them. Here's the paper. Now the names. Eric Joyer. David Patterson. Helen Marshall. Mayor Bloomberg. Andrew Cuomo. Betsy Gotbaum. Carolyn Maloney. Barack Obama. William C. Thompson Jr. Catherine Dolan. Charles Schumer. Okay? These are the city, state, federal officials that I contacted. And I got responses. They responded to the housing authority.
Effectively or not?
Ineffectively. Ineffectively. They just said, well, what's the problem with Mr. Jones getting on the lease? Nobody said, put him on the lease. They said, what's the problem with him getting on the lease?
He's been denied.
So I was denied, which I already knew, because that's like trying to get, going from one blood member to another blood member. They're not going to go against each other. See, it's like me going to a blood against a blood.
Not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how that went down.
Ida Smith, remember what you did for May Keys and sent a letter to the new chairman, John Beer, the guy. I'm the only one with the trophy of his behind in my hands right here. That's 12/1956. That punked him out at the federalization presentation, humiliated, degraded him, showed him how stupid and damn dumb he was. And guess what? I think you gotta see, this the kind of African American I ain't got nothing to say.
John B. Rhea, New York City Housing Authority. It was a letter sent to him on my behalf.
From a Congress?
This letter was sent from Congress of the United States House of Representatives. I'm getting deep. Y'all got to see this. All right? I mean, this is something serious here. This is very serious. I'm taking the time out to contact these people.
You got a son, right?
Oh, yeah, my son. My son stays with me. My son, I pick him up every other weekend. Court order. Visitation court order. Every other weekend. And I have him for the summer. He lives here with me for the summer. So in other words, you're saying, later for you, later for your child, you become homeless like the rest of the people out here.
I'm homeless, but
y'all just stopped the program. The grant, I just heard about the grant. I forgot the name of it, but y'all just stopped the grant for those who were in shelters and
found an
apartment where they paid 30% of the rent, and the city and the state would pick up the other 70%. The remainder. They stopped that. So it's a revolving door. It's a revolving door.
Wait a minute. I didn't tell him to say that. It's a revolving door policy I've been telling you. And Congressman Gregory W. Meeks' office said NYCHA was conducting a form of redlining. And guess what? He ain't the only one that got. There's more to come. All right, everybody. I'm too happy.
This is something that the public advocate, City of New York, here we go. At the time was, this was sent to Douglas Apple, New York City Housing. Yeah, this was sent to Douglas Apple on the 12th floor.
He's the guy that retaliates.
Public advocate Goffbaum was contacted by me, Gregory Jones, for assistance with permanent permission requests submitted to Queens South Houses. He resides at 4111 12th Street, Apartment 3B. It's right here. It states, Mr. Jones reported that his mother, Lottie Jones, is a tenant of record. He alleges his mother requested that he be added to the family composition, but was denied. I showed you that paperwork. I showed that paperwork for me to be added to the family composition, and I was denied. Okay? Mr. Jones, Okay. Mr. Jones reported the reason why he requested to be added to his mother's lease, and when she became ill and could not care for herself. He stated he gave up his apartment to become a caregiver.
Classic.
Presently, management